Hi, welcome, and thank you for being here. So today on the Shapeshifter I wanted to talk about something that's so... there's cats everywhere. Woo! And mosquitoes. Alright, so I wanted to speak about something that it's so fresh in me right now that I think you're gonna get a good frequency out of it. So if you followed my trails, let's say, my work through France in the past few weeks, you've seen that I've been traveling and just going on locations to see where Mary Magdalene lived. And I know in the Earth Star Chakra, for example, we talked about the fact that there's guardians of this planet who are going from places to places and traveling and doing activations and working for the planet. And I somehow maybe was like, maybe I'm supposed to be this, but it was not how I saw it, energetically speaking. So what I do is that I'm actually going to those places not for the planet, because the planet does not really need me. It's so pure and pristine, the energy there does not require any of my help. But I do need it. So I'm getting myself activated by going to those places, and it's been like the best energy healing I've ever received, truly, to go to those places and to witness Mary Magdalene. To me, it's not a Christian figure, it's something else. It's like Isis, it's spiritual. And I was totally fine with, going to churches and things, but like seeing that lady who is not regarded as saintly for the Christian cult and the whole dogma. But I've started receiving those things about the Black Madonna, about going to see the Virgin, the Black Virgin, which is look at what the sun is doing right now. So just going there, which is represented as the Virgin Mary, but in black. And I've received the locations of the places I'm gonna go. I've listed where I'm gonna go and what I'm gonna do in France. And then I realized there's one just next to where I'm at, a Black Virgin, a black statue, a statue of the Black Virgin, and they carry such a strong energy. So I've met during my Magdalene trips. I've met Sarah, which is supposedly the daughter of Mary Magdalene and Jesus, and she's black. And I've met her. I've met her relic, her statue. It was beautiful, but she's portrayed as a young child. That's kind of the energy. And going into the Black Madonna, which is more like the Virgin Mary, which represents an older woman, just even from being on Google Images, it really scared me. There is something in me who is traumatized by it, and I try to ask others, like, when you see this, are you scared? And everyone's like, no. But to me, it is the scariest thing, like putting myself in the situation where I'm in front of them is traumatizing. So I was like, why am I supposed to go to those places and meet face to face those statues of the Black Virgin if I'm terrified? And so I was like, I'm not gonna listen to the guidance. I'm just not gonna go. I'm not gonna do those things. But seeing that there's one just next to where I'm at, like 300 meters, like there's a few in France, and I'm at my sister's house right now, and there's one like 300 meters away from her house. I'm like, what the fuck? So I went today, and I don't know if you did my spleen chakra retreat, healing program, where I did 4 sessions on self-sabotage, which is in the spleen. But I consider the fact that we have a soul, and then we have the human, and in that human we have the DNA for self-sabotage. We have the thing where we stop ourselves from growing because we're scared of growing out of our comfort zone. So I usually try to push myself, and I do my best to push myself out of my fears and to actually take risks. And that's where, I mean, it has led me to where I'm at right now. It has led me through all of the things that I've done. I've always been super scared of them, but my life purpose is taking risks. Gene Key 28. So today I was like, okay, like I'm just gonna go and like 300 meters away and see her. But within that self-sabotage self, of course, there was a thing where the access to the crypt where she was is €2, and I didn't have €2. I only had my bank card. So I was like, okay, I'm just not gonna go. Spirit did it that way, right? Like, okay, cool, not gonna go. But I was inside the church already, so I heard the voice being like, ha ha ha, yeah, no Black Madonna today. You don't have to be scared. And then a part of me was like, Capucine. So I went to see the man who sells the tickets, and I said, I'm so sorry, like I'm ready to pay the maximum, like the minimum account with the bank card. Like I'm willing to buy all the postcards in the world if I can get the tickets and go to the crypt, because I don't have coins. And he said, okay, Mary lets you in. You have to thank her, don't thank me. Just go through. I'm gonna let you go for free inside of the crypt. I was like, okay. Okay. And I have been a snail inside of the whole crypt. It's gigantic, and I've been a snail. I advanced centimeter by centimeter because I was so scared. And I just don't move at a normal pace anymore. And I just looked around, and I was inside of this crypt, so it's like a cave. And I felt so scared and amazed, and also like touched. So it was not my human self anymore, it was something different. And then I saw then I saw the statue, and I saw the Black Madonna, and I didn't go to her. I just walked around, and then I bawled my eyes out. Like I just cried. And I was like, what? Since when I cry in public? And I used to cry in every church of my life. When I was a kid, I used to cry every time I was in front of a church or in front of the crucifix, and that's not something that I controlled. It was just like automatic. Like as a kid, I was just like crying, and now I understand the kind of the ramifications of all those things, because past lives and stuff. But it was always weird to me, like, why am I suddenly crying, but like crying for like 20 minutes, like the non-stop can't breathe crying. And today that's what happened. So I was under my mask, just like bawling, crying. And then I finally sat down in front of her, and I just did nothing. And then I closed my eyes. She didn't speak to me. It was just a silent energy healing where she just took my heart. And I still feel the motion right now because that was a few hours ago. Just took my heart and put it together. Like, I had no notion it was broken, but she was just elevating my heart deeper and deeper, and not higher and higher into my throat. And then I heard those words that is actually the lesson of today, the thing that I wanted to share with you. She said that the religion we're living in has been traumatizing for a reason, and where our keys towards our access to God is within that religion. Even though the religion has traumatized us, even though the cult or the words have traumatized us, our keys are within that. The keys for our blood, for our incarnation in this body, in this country, is in there. So it explains why, even though I don't enjoy the Bible, I don't enjoy the message, I don't enjoy the dogma, I keep getting sucked back into it, and I'm fascinated by it, and I don't like it, and at the same time I just go in it because that's where my keys are. And it's today, by being in this church, that I got my answers. And for you, if it's a different religion or a different cult or a different ritual, a pagan ritual, like, go into your own religions. I didn't think this would happen to me, but yeah. And I'm gonna tell you about my specific experience, but it's so powerful. When I was 11, I was very, very devout, very into God and everything. And when I was 11, I was in a church at lunchtime because my school was a Catholic school, and I was in a church with a friend and we were just praying, which is okay, 11-year-old girl. Why? I was just praying, and at the same, I mean, we saw the statue of the Virgin Mary, who was in full white, by the way. She opened her eyes and she looked at us, and her feet moved, and we got so scared. We both ran away, running, like we ran away screaming, and then we ended up crying in the playground, and everyone was like, what the fuck, what's happening? And we returned there the day after, and it happened to us again. And I'm the one they picked out of the school, not my other friend, because I was taller, I guess. But they took me inside of their office, and they screamed at me saying I was a liar, and saying it was a shame that I would do such a thing and disrupt the peace of the school, and put this kind of reputation in the school. Like, anyway, so I got like insulted. Like, she really said like, I'm a liar, I'm a liar, I'm a liar. So it's not an insult, but it was like a definition of my character that wasn't mine, and it traumatized me. And then a week later, the woman in the office called me again and said, I'm sorry, maybe that was right, we don't know, we will never know, I'm sorry I did that to you. And the statue was such a bad energy. Even though it was the Virgin Mary, it was such a Joker energy. It was such a it was not something I would expect. I got traumatized from that. I would dream, I would have nightmares of this statue coming back to life and grabbing me and taking me, and it destroyed my entire devotion for God, and I just became an atheist from there on. I never went back to church. I got super scared every time I was in church, looking at statues, and I was just always like, no, I'm not gonna look, I'm not gonna look, I'm not gonna look. The Virgin Mary was something extremely scary to me, and I just avoided it for years and years until I turned 25, and nope, not 25. 2017. What? Wait, yeah, okay. So I was 24. No, I was 23. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. But when I became 23 years old, so 12 years after my no more God, that's when I got called back, and I had my awakening in 2016. So 2016 was when I started awakening, and when I came back to God, but not God, but my universe, my source, my creator. And I always kind of just got back into it, and today she healed all those years of being without God, of being abandoned or having abandoned God itself. And that's what happened. Like, remember how horrible it was to be without a sense of spirituality. And I realized that there was a part of me who was deadly scared of not having spirituality anymore. And it just healed it back and said, never again. We're never again having a secular life. And that was the healing. So I don't know about you, when you became again spiritual, if you had those years like me, without any access to this beautiful dimension of being here for a reason and having a connection with nature, with God, with light. But I just wanted to give you that frequency. So I've got my Kianit, and I want to give you back this energy that I was given today in my heart. And I'm gonna just ask for you to receive it if you consent to it. But if there's been years where you were alone, you're not alone anymore. That's what I wanted to share. hand on your heart. Thank you so much. I'll be back with more Black Virgin stories, experiences, and energy sharing with you. I hope you enjoyed that. But yeah, I think it's a beautiful way to end up the month of spiritual lows, because in the end there is a load as to why you were born in this body, and you can tune into all the religions and it's so beautiful. But I think yours is your key, the key of your genetics, your blood into it. So try. See you.